Welcome and have a long weekend.
Yeah. Right. Well, that was a good show, and see you guys next week.
I said welcome and have a good weekend.
Oh, I thought you meant have a good weekend because we're ending the show now.
No, I just because there's a long weekend, isn't it?
Oh, right. Well, welcome.
Is Queen's birthday celebrated in all the colonies or just us or what? What's the dealio?
I don't know. Oh, where's our chat window?
Maybe it's hidden behind one of the It didn't load, maybe.
Yeah, we might need to do that.
There we are.
Yeah, that looks like it might be doing something.
Come on, little chat window. You can do it. It's loading. I think it's up.
Yeah.
Well,
we could probably make it bigger, actually.
Maybe, yeah. The Queen has a time Lord. She has many birthdays on different days. Fair enough. That's real. Sure. The problem is it's going to cut off. You need to have the.
Yeah. How do we?
You're not very good with computers, are you?
Nah. We'll just do it like that.
Because Christmas is on the same day in most places, isn't it?
So do we have to have like that?
I can make it a bit bigger. It doesn't matter if a little bit cuts off. Yeah, that's good. The Sovereign's birthday, different date in Australia. Oh, okay. Didn't actually know that. The
Sovereigns, I like it.
Well, yes, because it's not always the Queen, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is for a long time.
What time does he reckon it's there? 6. I think he was up. Dad, you were up at like 4:30. Signed up to Twitter.
Is this now your primary communication method with your father while he's in another country?
Hi, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Davenport.
No, he's got Twitter as well now.
I don't think we've really met. I've never really met your father. Like, I have met him, but never.
He was on the show once when you were here, wasn't he?
Nah, I wasn't here, man. That was a week when I wasn't here.
Yeah. All right.
I've ran into him, but I've never.
Time Lord, love it.
Yeah. But she also seems to be immortal at this point, right? She's just trucking on.
Yeah. How old is she now? I think it's
80s.
It's the concept of like when you get a new sovereign, do all the holidays change?
No, they say the same.
Yeah. So like,
not her actual birthday. It's when you celebrate it.
What's the point of it?
What's the point of Christmas? That's not when Jesus was born.
Yeah, but I don't celebrate it for that reason.
What do you celebrate it for?
Christmas.
But that's so self-serving. Okay, what about
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, who was that? Let's see if I can see the number. Number one for running red lights. I need to come up with some new
other news.
Okay, Hugh's just finding out the news that he wanted to talk about this time. Man, so I was on the bus this morning, and once again, it did the thing where it was like, the number 3 is due. The next number 3 is in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, you reckoned a couple of weeks ago because you catch the bus now, and you were like, "I've never had an issue with buses," but it sounds like you're starting to come see the light of
hang on.
How the network actually runs.
I was actually going to tell you why it was good. It was a mistake. So 5 minutes later, there were now number 3 is due. Number 3 is due. 2 number 3 is due.
Yeah.
Which meant 2 buses rocked up. First one completely empty. Perfect. I got a completely empty bus. I only had to wait 5 minutes. People in the other bus who now had to take on a shit ton more people depending on how they lined up. It was horrible for them. But for me, quite enjoyed it. So that happens all the time on the number 3 route.
That's the NZ bus one, right?
I'm not actually sure.
Goes to Prairie and Seatoon?
Oh, it goes to...
Or is that the 2?
I think that might be the 2. It goes to like Rongotai, I don't know where the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Like one starting with R. There's there's a few places it goes.
Look at us knowing all the routes. Because the numbers actually change. Like the number 1 used to be something different. The number 2 used to be something
similar,
different.
but
not that similar.
I think it's
similar in the fact that they still operate in Wellington.
Oh, I think it's more similar than that. But yeah, there's 3 different routes that are number 3. And they go like they finish at different places. But for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm just like number 3.
Yep.
That's for me. Number 2 is Seaton and Karori.
Yeah, that's one.
Or you know how you sometimes see a bus and you think, is he going to go for it? It's been red for 10 seconds, but he might still go for it.
I don't know. I watched a couple of
oh yeah, number 3 is Lyle Bay. Yeah. Wait.
Lyle Bay.
Hang on. What's number 1 then? I thought number 1 was Lyle Bay.
Island Bay.
Island Bay. That's it. Yes. Lyle Bay. There is some other ones that have the number 3 that are like through Lyle Bay or like just past or something.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Lyle Bay. Which is confusing because I can almost take the 1. The 1 gets me almost.
Look at this guy.
Is that a cyclist?
Yeah.
I think we should murder any cyclist who goes through a red light.
Yeah.
Fucking wanker. That's what I reckon.
We'll get on to that.
Okay.
Do you know, I actually read a story because
there was a joke and a reference to another news story for those who are wondering.
someone, yeah, so in the cycling group I'm in, someone posted a link saying, oh, yeah, by the way, like if we want to make drivers better, we should probably be better ourselves and encourage other cyclists to also obey the law.
Yeah. You said you yell at cyclists, right?
Yeah, I yelled at the cyclists, a couple actually.
Yeah.
But they linked this article about a place in the UK where they throw tax on the road because, yeah, they want to fuck up cyclists. But
Jesus.
oh, they've done that in Wellington.
What? Serious?
Island Bay Cycle Lane, yeah.
That's like illegal, right? Surely that's illegal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they didn't give a shit.
Oh,
Island
Jesus.
Bay Cycle Lane. Man, where were you when the Island Bay Cycle Lane was?
We weren't doing the bus factor then. It was like just before we started, I think.
Yeah, because that was when I lived there. Gets more brutal. So they also said in this similar area, people used to string up wires between trees on mountain bike tracks.
Oh, that's fucking that could kill someone.
That's literally could take someone's head off, and like the police had to like issue warnings to be like,
hang on, warnings, not like hey, that's like pretty grievous bodily harm you're inflicting there. You should probably go to prison.
I guess they just don't know who it is, and the cops probably don't care.
Yeah, the cops are probably like, in their spare time they're going out helping out or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
this
look at
guy.
that. He was actually safe. But he is riding in a bus-only lane.
Actually, no, he did break the law. As a cyclist, you're meant to stop on an orange.
Oh, yeah, true. But I think that one's... The real thing is he's in a bus-only lane.
Yeah. Which is bus-only, no cycles.
Calvin Klein would be fine with him going through the orange light.
The bike factor would have to retrain the machine. Oh, that would be too hard.
Yeah, he definitely could have stopped. He definitely could have.
Yeah. The law actually says like if it's orange, you're meant to stop straight away.
Sure, but the law also says don't go through red lights.
Yeah.
No, mate. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll count it.
I know these things.
He couldn't really have stopped. See, there's a number 1 Johnsonville West. Oh, it's going the other way, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I know about these traffic light timings with cycling.
Yeah, you cycle through these ones?
I cycled down that way.
Yeah.
Not often though, because I normally stop here and come up here. It's only if I'm going somewhere else.
Hey, look, it's a piece of shit bus.
But if I'm going the other way, I actually walk through Choose Lane and then jump on my bike when I get on the road.
It actually saves you time, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. You get to the same place. But like, my point is I actually don't just ride in the bus-only lane. Because I'm a good cyclist.
I'm sure you have before.
No, never.
What about on Manor Street?
Nah. Fuck no. Nah. Jesus, no.
Okay, fair enough. I know I had a friend.
I saw a mate do it once and I'm like, you're going to die. Like,
yeah, I know someone who did it and was like, I'm going to die, and had to duck underneath the mirrors. 2 buses on either side. I see people do it occasionally. I'm like, oh, brave.
Yeah.
Can't say I really want to do it myself. Not that I bike anywhere. See, biking sucks because you get sweaty. Like, I'm supportive of biking, but I'm a pretty sweaty person at the best of times.
You don't have to get sweaty.
You might not have to get sweaty. I will get sweaty.
If you're on the flat, you probably don't need to get sweaty.
Mate, I get puffed walking up our staircase and we're on the
Do
first floor.
you get sweaty walking up there?
Depends, actually. If it is summer, yes. By the time I come in summer, and that was when I was living 10 minutes away. Yeah, hell yeah. Light exercise, mate.
I like how you're wearing your jacket like a mafia person.
Is that like a mafia person? Grease. I've got my hoodie on, but it's not on. It's just like bunched of the Stare Factor. Interestingly, that's also the name of the camera stream we have when we. Oh, that bus looked like it was gonna go. When we didn't have the privacy filter up because everyone would stare at things. Get it? Like
we're going to have to get another
don't have to. We don't have to, but we could.
Oh, I suppose not.
Oh, man, so Chicon was all like, oh, we should get people the sub again.
It's like reading the...
So Christchurch Con, for those who aren't in the know.
No, it's Chicken. Chicken tonight. Chicken.
So
You've forgotten the jokes that you made all last year. You made heaps of chicken jokes.
Oh, yeah. It does seem familiar. But I don't have anything to sub. I have things I should sub or could sub, but nothing I like. You know when like you have a conference and you're like, I should sub, and you're like, you really have to weigh up. Am I
Did you
gonna
go to
do it?
the ISIG talk last night?
No, I didn't actually.
You didn't. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, Dennis, right?
Yeah.
Fucking because his KiwiCon talk was real good as well.
Yeah. Got me like kind of in the mood to go back through all my kernel crashes I got like ages ago.
Yeah, we don't have UFB here. Oh, fucking you never.
Yeah.
No UFB. No, we don't actually have UFB here.
Wasn't there two? There was two, right?
The other one
on
was
the other side.
largely over.
All right, we'll just call it one.
Yeah. But supposedly we are getting UFB or something. It's ironic that the Spark Central headquarters in Wellington doesn't have fiber, but here we are. It's the building we're in, for those wondering. So that's where we are. We don't have it. It's lame. I'm meant to be getting it at home, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Being installed today.
I'm getting some installed at Dad's place on Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday.
Do you mean your other family member's place? He's left. He's lost it.
No, he might come back. He's
Yeah,
got
just like-
tickets.
Oh, he's got tickets to come back, does he?
Yeah, in September or something, I think.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, so it's not long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already had January, February, March, and April.
Yeah,
and
but
actually May.
if I don't start an order, I can't get it. It's like what comes after T. It's like A, B, C, D. You have to go through the whole alphabet, and you have to sing your little song, and then you get to T to go.
Can you count from
U.
11 to 15?
Yeah, I've got those ones. I've got 11, 12, 30. But
You know what I've always found weird? Why are letters ordered? Like, as a computer scientist, there's
okay.
no reason for letters to be ordered, apart from, like, ASCII codes. But, like,
There's like.
What?
You just mentioned one. Here's another one, so you can sort them.
why would
Here's
you...
another one, so you can learn them.
Yeah.
Here's another one because, like, you know, like what even what there are lots of reasons for them to be ordered. It's a set.
Why
of
are they ordered that way, though?
Like why? Okay, so originally, right, they would have started as like pictograms or something, and people would have just picked the fucking order.
Yeah,
right?
fair enough.
And then slowly they morph and everything. Yeah, why order anything? Like, because humans need shit ordered, man. We can't. Like, how would you teach the alphabet to someone if it wasn't ordered? Like, even the periodic table is ordered. Name something that's not ordered.
I don't know. An unordered set.
Yeah, but an example of one. Like, look around the office and pick something we don't order. Keys on an keyboard, we order those. Those have a very specific order, right? The talks at this Christchurch conference ordered. It's all ordered, man. Ordered all the way down.
The plugs in the PowerPoint are not ordered.
They are ordered.
They're
they
not
change,
ordered.
but they are ordered.
They're not ordered.
Okay.
Which one is my laptop one?
I don't know, but they are
Why,
ordered.
why don't you know?
There's the first one, there's the second one, there's the third one. Alternatively, first, second, third. They have an order.
Oh, well, which order is it? Is it
Either.
1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1?
Either one.
Okay.
It's like it has an order.
Um,
Yes, good point. Male
Yeah.
and female is
Ooh,
unordered.
touche.
Although, of course, some people would argue males come first.
not everyone. Our reporter on the street is giving you the eye.
Well, you could say females come second. I don't know. It's up to either way. I'd be happy to order it anyway.
Jesus.
Avoid eye contact. I
The
feel like I can see
opinions of some members of the bus factor do not represent the opinions
Hang on.
of.
I didn't
all
say
of
it
the
was
bus
my
factor.
opinion. I said some people, not me.
Well, that still stands.
Yep, true. Did you just call Hugh a lunatic? Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Okay, should we get with news or something then?
Yeah, could do some news. Where should we
I'm
start?
sleepy today. There's more in your lane, so let's definitely start with yours.
All right. I'll try and knock off a couple.
What's that one there?
The last
Auckland
one.
may cause death.
Auckland. So an Auckland bus driver was
Okay.
sentenced to death. Oh, no, it was sentenced for the death of 2 pedestrians. So I think we talked about it like a couple months ago.
Yeah, I vaguely recall it. How do you kill pedestrians, though?
They ran through a red light and
Oh, real.
just mowed down some pedestrians.
Okay.
I mean, it's not funny, but yeah.
It's like funny in the context of the bus factor where we see them do it every single day without
Kind of ironic.
repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Sad funny rather than funny.
Like, I'll probably mention it because I've got that, like, CEO forum.
Are you going to mention it? Yeah.
So I might mention something like that because I'm like, buses can kill. Here's an example of a bus running a red light and killing people.
Yeah. Generally speaking, cyclists don't kill, pedestrians don't kill, buses kill.
Yeah. If a person walked into a bus, like the bus would be unharmed and you might get a headache.
Yeah, the person would be pretty harmed because the bus driver would go out and verbally abuse them. And then they'd be psychologically scarred after.
They'll be like, why the fuck are you walking into the bus? I can
do you
just imagine just walking into a wall.
Do you reckon this is going to turn red while he's still there?
No, it's gone. It's gone.
It's very close.
Hey,
well, sad story, I guess. So I guess one of the questions is like, what are the systemic changes as a result of this? What are like the underlying architectural changes that have been made? They did an incident report. 2 people got killed. Like I imagine there's not much worse of an incident for a bus company to deal with.
The bus company actually didn't have any comment in this article. The bus.
What can they say?
Yeah, they're probably not. Well, the driver's probably not employed by them anymore.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And now the driver is disqualified from driving for 2 years, I think. 1 year per person.
That was how they rationalized it, or are you just making that observation?
No, that's how they rationalized it.
Oh.
Like 1 year per person.
I don't know. That's like, I feel like it doesn't really matter if you fuck up and kill 1 person or 10. If like it's not like your driving was so bad you killed 2 people, not just 1. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure. Like it completely makes sense unless you interpret it as a punishment.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think that's actually a very appropriate punishment. Jail time for a mistake can be not useful.
So the judge kind of took into light that this driver had never had any incidents in their entire career apart from this, and they seemed remorseful.
Yeah, they didn't want to accident. Yeah. There was a Marilyn Manson song about this. Which one?
Yes, there was actually. I know it. I can't remember. Yeah.
I know a few Marilyn Manson songs, but clearly not the one about buses. Do we need a new opening song? Do we get Mr. Manson to?
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like he slowed down and just kept going anyway. Where are we?
Yeah. So that happened.
Do you want to guess how many buses there are?
I don't know. I'll go 9.
10. Yeah, fuck you. I'm going the bigger number this time. I
All right.
always go the smaller number.
You do.
I always go the
You
smaller
do.
number. I'm changing it up. I guess it's 10.
Yeah. So shall I jump on and do another?
Yeah, but you still have more news stories. So yeah, why not? Hang on. Let me try and read this one. Pedestrian crossing, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. It is written PED T-I-N-G, but
No,
the T
that's
is meant to be
Zing,
X.
actually. X-I-N-G.
Yeah, it looks like a T to me. S-T-E...
It's misspelled. I'll give you that.
R-I-N-G? Steering? Swerving. Swerving, steering, Sterling?
Yeah, Sterling.
Pedestrian crossing Sterling.
Yeah,
What
Sterling's a place.
Oh, okay.
It's also misspelled there. I think it's S-T-I.
I said like Sterling Silver. That's not where Sterling Silver comes from, is it?
No, because I think Sterling Silver is that spelling S-T-E, but the place
the place is the
S-T-I.
different one. Yeah, because I did think it could be Sterling, and then I was like, no, that wouldn't really make sense in this context because
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like minerals and shit.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a
place.
There's
called
a place
Sterling.
in Sterling where
Is
there's
that-
a pedestrian crossing.
Where's Sterling?
Close to London. Closer to.
Okay. I did assume it was London or the UK, given.
Well, apparently it's not close to London. I think
I mean,
out of all the people in this room and this chat, it is closer to one person in particular who is in London.
oh yes, yes it is. Yeah, I mean, like relatively speaking, nothing's far away in the UK, is it? Oh, I had to travel 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible.
Ooh, 2 hours is still not quite right. Oh, I don't know. Should we bring it up on the map or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm fine. Besides, it's fun to make fun of people who are in the UK. In the UK.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a pedestrian crossing there, and apparently buses just oh yeah. So it started. This article started with a passenger got off the bus, and then less than a minute later, they were crossing a crossing, and then they got bowled over by the bus.
Ouch.
Only going at 5 miles per hour though, but
What did is in they slammed on their brakes and like what what was the?
Yeah, so Stirling's just a bit north of London. I've actually been to Stirling now that we are bringing it up on the map.
Was that like a 30-minute flight or something?
It's only like a 5-hour drive. I did it once.
6-hour drive, we're told, which is, I'm still going to say, close to London.
Yeah, you can drive to another country in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So it's actually in Scotland. We're just going to...
Oh, it was in Scotland, was it? Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was there, yeah.
Yeah, I went there. I should know. Anyway,
Did you get any silver or gold there? Sterling gold.
No,
Sterling
I didn't.
Silver?
No. Anyway, yes. This person was crossing the pedestrian crossing. The bus ran into them.
Was it the same bus driver bus that got off?
Yes.
That's so good.
The lady was also 86 or something.
Oh, snap.
So yeah.
Rude.
She got more injured than most people would at 5 miles an hour.
It's a fucking bus as well, right?
But the bus company's well, clearly there is a problem with this pedestrian crossing because we keep on having incidents at this one pedestrian crossing.
I get where they're coming from. It is a valid thing to say. For example, if you have a lot of crashes on a particular corner of a highway, you make changes to the highway. Because, yes, people shouldn't speed and do stupid shit, but at the end of the day, it's what's going to save more lives?
Yeah, you might be able to do a change like that, because clearly the bus company is not going to change.
Yeah, occasionally they have the pedestrian crossings with the flashing lights, where if it detects, even something like that could be enough to be there's an 80-year-old currently crossing, please.
I think Singapore, had, other places do as well. They have got other buttons that you can push to say, I'm an old person, I'm going to take a lot longer to walk across.
Oh.
And the green man cycle will be heaps longer.
That's probably a good idea, because often I do think our timing's fairly good.
This guy.
It wasn't too bad.
Orange light means stop.
I know, but meh. If you're really old here, you can not have it in time. Also, I was on the bus this morning, shitty bus driver. Someone was crossing.
You had a shitty bus driver?
It was green man, right? Changed to flashing red man. I live out in Newtown now, so I gotta catch buses. It changed to flashing red man. Someone still crossed because they had time. It was the double crossing over by Courtney Place where it's there's the two of them, and so they crossed on a flashing red, and the bus driver pulled around and fucking went on the horn. And I was like, dude, they have right of way here. We're in a giveaway situation. That person's crossing the road, because and they turn around like Jesus and. Because also, the thing is, she wasn't even blocking.
Yeah.
She wasn't even blocking. It was just, he was like, yeah, get out of the way.
Did you get the bus number, mate?
No, I just couldn't be fucked. I'm on the bus.
You know that pedestrian that I saw nearly get hit by a bus?
Oh, which one, mate? Which one?
The most recent
relevant
one.
for the story?
Kind of. So the one that said, when I was
and you
why didn't you
followed
stop for
while
the bus?
walking. Yeah, that's right.
Why didn't you stop for the person? And they're like, why should I?
Yeah.
So, there was some issues with the dates apparently because I'm blocked on Twitter, so that didn't go in their system.
Yeah.
And so then they got the Twitter time for it. If you're not signed into Twitter, it shows the US.
Oh yeah,
time.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. And
so they got it for that, and then they realized, oh, he said the other date, and so they clarify with me, and I'm like, yeah, it's this time.
Yeah.
And then they got the right one.
Footage had already been deleted.
So. This is what confuses me. The front dash cam was deleted, but the side one was fine.
So the useless one.
Yeah.
What?
I'm how are they getting rolled at different times?
Yeah, was it intentional? Did they do that on purpose? Was he delete this one immediately?
Yeah, it kind of seems like that. But anyway, I was kind of well, actually, with that side camera, can you see the expression of the person that they nearly ran when they didn't step out on the road? Can you see the green man on the traffic light?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, you should also have audio. Do you have audio of the driver saying, why should I stop for the bus driver?
Yeah, yeah.
The pedestrian. It kind of seemed...
response at this point. This is when they gave up.
No, she's not working today. But I also was like, oh, actually, I just realized... I'm actually in this footage because I'm on the camera footage and I'm on the audio footage. can I please make a Privacy Act request for that footage?
Yeah, fair enough.
Which, yeah, sure.
You know she's going to chop out the bit with you in it, though, right?
Yeah. Like, it'll just be like a snippet of me, like,
looking.
like a split second.
And then, like, the audio of you being like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr."
I don't know. But yeah, given your comment, and like, I've seen so many other things, like, bus drivers just have this weird attitude with pedestrians. Like,
yeah, I think part of it's probably their tight timetables. Like, if they knew like they were going to have to wait at a stop anyway for 30 seconds a minute, they would drive way less aggressively. But when they're being told like, "Hey, you're currently 30 minutes behind on a route,"
Meatlink says there's no timetable issues or stresses or anything.
Yeah, like, fucking. Clearly, all the buses are always late, so I think there might be some.
Yeah.
Though, like late at night, I often have to wait at certain stops on my buses.
They're not going to admit it though.
Yeah. So I guess we can do some tech.
Yeah. We got a good one there.
Yeah, the top one. So did you see the FortiGate, whatever the fuck, SSL VPN?
Oh, this guy.
He made it. He was fine. He made it.
Did he?
Yeah.
That was too late.
Yeah, way too late. Yeah, FortiGate, you know the SSL VPN stuff? So this is you can't really firewall it because like the whole point of it is that you can access it remotely, right? It's like a VPN, remote access, a RAS solution. Also, have you ever noticed how RAS, remote access system, enterprise, RAT, remote access tool, you're a black hat hacker who's going to prison. Yeah, amazing what the difference one letter can make. RAS, RAT. Yeah, so the SSL VPN has a bunch of issues. There are two issues that are combined in it. So the first one is the ability for an unauthenticated user to view, I believe they used files on the file system. Okay.
Yep.
Now this isn't a standard appliance, right? It's not an app you install in Linux. But my guess is you can pull out things like, I don't know, two-factor tokens.
Yep.
The second issue is the ability to change the password of any user on the system. So someone asked, like, okay, so yes, that gives you access if they don't have two-factor. What if they have two-factor? And my guess is that the second bug, the point of it, is so that you can pull out two-factor tokens.
Ooh. Yeah, easy.
Easy. That was
I was like,
very
when's
red.
it turning red? Oh, it's already red. That kind of looks orange. Oh, I'm on night mode there.
So yeah, pretty sweet set of bugs. I'll be interested. So there's a talk at maybe DEF CON or Black Hat, I can't remember which, about SSL VPN bugs, and I don't know if it's related.
An exploit for it?
No, there's not currently an exploit for it that I'm aware of. There could be one down low, but people should patch them. What was that? Okay, I got you. Yeah. People should patch them reasonably often. I think generally they do get patched quite often, but like if we had the proof of concept now, we have that database of hundreds of these SSL VPNs, possibly even thousands, and that would be pretty good. If you ever get the urge to just go full Black Hat, you could fuck up so many things. You'd fucking,
Do you want to see some cameras?
No. Stop it. Don't, Jesus. Did you go through all of them, did you?
It's not someone's bed.
Okay.
It's their wardrobe.
God. The shit I thought that was like a reflection of the Stop it. Don't do this, you dirty boy.
Dirty boy.
Yeah, it's me. I don't like it.
You got the image to start with. The website, I mean.
Yes, which is not the same thing.
Yeah.
I have ethics. Not very good ones, but they exist.
Well, there's lots of people stopping. Oh, do you reckon
because
Airport Fly will stop there for 10 minutes?
Well, maybe. The problem is that if the last bus to stop is like far back.
They're beeping.
But like, who are they? Like, there's even more buses in front. I don't know. What are they trying to do? Anyway, the SSL VPN issue. Patch your FortiGuards. Put your FortiGates. Patch your 40 boys. You do a story now.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Oh, that's such a good one.
No, I'll go from the bottom.
Okay.
So, people.
What does this have to do with buses? Oh, I remember what you're going to talk about. Okay, carry on. Yeah.
So there was like a massive school strike in New Zealand, like
specifically
a massive
school teacher strikes.
The biggest in history, I think.
The biggest strike in history, or the biggest teacher strike?
Biggest teacher strike, I think.
Okay.
Potentially the biggest strike. I don't know. But yeah, basically every teacher in all of New Zealand in the public sector went on strike.
Yep.
to get more money.
Well, no, it was actually not. It was the majority of the thing is they want more support when dealing with special needs students.
Ah, yeah.
They're like, we keep getting beaten up by these special needs kids. Please help us. And the government's like, go fuck yourself.
Someone did a OIA to MOE, Ministry of Education.
Yeah.
And they asked how many teachers in the last year have worked a 40-hour week and been paid less than minimum wage. Turns out it's non-zero.
Wait, worked a 40-hour week and been paid less than... So how do they measure whether they've worked a 40-hour week?
I'm not too sure, but like basically... I think that was one.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
General just as some teachers are being paid less than minimum wage.
Yeah, I definitely believe that. And there are a lot of jobs like that, though.
It's like I think the second question was: is it your policy to not correct this until it's brought to your attention?
Yeah,
yeah. That is not our policy. Which, like, well...
What is your policy? We don't have one.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, what?
Jesus, like, you gave me fucking fright.
Look at it. It was just already red.
Yeah, okay, it was very red. Jesus. I don't know. So, sometimes you get a fright, like, you're just not expecting it, you're a little bit sleepy, and then something just, Jesus Christ, I'm going to die.
You've got your headphones on as well. Anyway, so there was a school strike. So it was on Wednesday.
Now, I remember it. Came past
Wednesday
the office.
morning, our fine reporter on the street sent me a link from a Karori Facebook group. That's one there.
Oh, so it was.
That's fucking quick.
Coming hard and fast.
From a Karori Facebook group.
Yeah.
Someone commented that they had seen, at that point, 6 school buses go past empty. Like, completely empty. And they were kind of like, there's a school strike on. Like, why are there, like, school buses happening? Then they made the comment, and my bus has been cancelled.
Oh, yes, yeah. Now, so Medlink's response to this, because we're all about both sides of the story, fair and balanced here on...
no response, actually.
Yeah, they made a response. They said the reason they did it...
They never replied to my tweet.
Or is it because you blocked? The response, the statement they put out basically said that one of the issues they had was they didn't know, they have no way of knowing whether the strike is going to be cancelled. So historically, strikes like this have been cancelled last minute.
Yeah. And
they said because of the difference in timetabling and like driver schedules, when are you working, when are you not working?
Yeah.
To basically move buses from the school time to the public bus time it needs a bit of stuff done in advance, and if they do it, they can't easily change it back. So they said that the reason they didn't was they were basically like, look, if the strike gets cancelled, we don't have enough school buses, we're going to be fucking wrecked. I don't think it's a good excuse.
Oh, here's one.
Fucking so many lately.
I will take that as a reasonable excuse for the morning.
Yes, yep.
So I flew back from Auckland, and then I was in a taxi coming home around 3 o'clock.
Same thing you're saying, yeah.
Same thing. Like, there's still just empty buses.
It's hard to reschedule someone that short notice.
They do it anyway when all their drivers are sick.
They do, but I think... So I don't know how the crossover is between school drivers and public bus drivers.
Yeah.
If you're a school bus driver, you work very particular hours.
I just found it kind of ironic that
it is
empty buses, but they'll cancel like commuter buses.
And it's like, at the very least, you could have taken a few of those bus drivers. Like, when you realize like it's the morning of, it's not being cancelled.
Yeah.
For the hour, run them on other routes.
I wonder what those bus drivers were thinking. They'll probably be like, what is the point of this? Like, they could have just not driven.
They're probably enjoying their yeah, that's a good point. They could have just not driven.
Yeah.
They did also say a bunch of schools were still open for students who didn't have anywhere else to go. Because one of the issues parents are at work and whatnot.
Yeah.
So there might have been, 1 out of every 200 students still needed a bus.
Yeah.
Which, like, that happens. I don't know. It is funny. I agree. But we are about fair and balanced. That's our motto here on the Bus Factor.
Fair enough. Yeah. I've just found it ironic. I'm like, wow.
It's definitely funny.
I mean, they know they're going to cancel buses anyway. Do they ever cancel school buses? Because they cancel every other route.
They get more flack for it. Like, you know how they have like anything involving a child is serious?
Yeah.
I think in the same way, they'd probably always prioritize school routes.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Hey, public transport should be free, right?
Yep.
Yeah, fucking should be.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And it's like, I thought about running the numbers, or someone should run the numbers. If you half the price of public transport, what kind of uptake do you get in people taking public transport? Because at a certain point, you can optimize it and just say like, hey, if we half the price of it, there will be this many fewer people taking the road. We can make that a 1-lane road now. That will save us this many $1 million. Like, surely, almost always in this kind of scenario, more people on public transport is better. Someone should run those fucking numbers and make them public.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because do you ever get annoyed with the way everyone's like, oh, this, that, and you never have any numbers? No one just runs the analysis and shares it publicly. The government's like, oh, we ran it and it didn't work. And you're like, well, show us. And they're like, no, it's confidential.
I actually got asked by one of our friends whether I thought that the regional council had a simulation for their bus network.
They should. They definitely should.
I'm like,
relatively
I highly doubt they do.
Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had Buspocalypse, right?
I just found out that you know how like there's meant to be so many people able to fit on these buses. So I asked like whether they had a configuration.
Also, aren't those the worst seats? Have you ever sat in those ones?
Yeah.
They're fucking horrible. On the double deckers.
Oh yeah.
Double deckers at the back.
Yeah.
They have like 4 seats, like, 2 seats on either side facing a middle point. The problem is, because it's over the wheels, there's nowhere to put your feet. It's like slanted.
Yeah, you're kind
so
of like
your
this.
feet are kind of in the other person's crotch. It's real horrible.
It's so weird.
I've only said there once and it was just fucking horrible. Anyway, sorry.
So Meetlink do not have any configuration for how...
Hi, Daddy.
He's probably asleep. I mean, it is like, what, 5, 6 a.m. now?
Another way to communicate.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. We haven't talked about how he's using Twitter.
We didn't mention it on the show either. But we did had offers from viewers this week, for those listening, that to send some pictures in.
Yes.
Buses around the world. Which, to be honest, we're pretty lazy, so, like,
Yeah, so Meetlink don't know how many... they don't know how people can fit on their buses.
That's right. Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. They had a real fucking wavy answer. I'm like, I'm just not sure this answers my question at all. But like, I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
What do we have next? Did you know I'm actually a wanker?
Oh. He's not asleep. The network keeps dropping out. To be honest, it could definitely be our network as well. Not the nicest network.
Yeah, did you know that I'm a wanker?
Yes.
Do you know what makes me a wanker?
Mate, what doesn't make you a wanker? Oh, is this a news story? Oh, sorry. I thought... Okay, sorry. I just... no, I did. I saw the... Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, so on Monday, senior manager for Transurban, I think the operations manager.
Oh, wow.
He posted on a private Facebook group called NZ Bus News.
How are we not on that group?
I don't know.
We should definitely be on that group.
I'm kind of wanting to join it. I was like, I've never heard of this. It looks like people that are real fucking real pro bus.
Yeah, like as bus drivers, part of the bus driver things, which means by nature you hate cyclists and pedestrians and other car drivers.
So this guy, he put up, you know those like starter pack memes?
Yeah, like 90s Kid starter pack. It's like frosted tips and
so he posted one, how to be a wanker starter pack. And it was like a cyclist helmet, lycra clothing.
What? We have why we wish. Oh, that's what we have to talk about.
Oh yeah, I did look at joining.
There's an invitation criteria.
Yeah, it's like a closed group.
We should say we do the bus vector.
Yeah,
and basically be like, look, we're getting tired of like having only the public. That's how we phrase it. We say we're getting tired of only seeing the public's bus stories, which, as we know, are really anti-bus. We thought this would be a great way to actually just see some of the like pro-bus stories because you guys get screwed by the media constantly.
Yeah,
if we phrase it like that, they'll eat that shit up. They will eat that shit up.
I love it.
And it's also kind of true. It would be nice to have it.
Do you reckon we'll get kicked out?
Yeah, definitely. If they ever listen to the show. Like, think about what we are doing right now. We are watching for buses running red lights.
I can taste the blood.
Bus red light runners. Like, they take one look at it and be like, no, fuck off. But if they don't look at it, Sorry, anyway, so the wanker starter pack.
Yeah, so it basically had a whole bunch of cycling images. And,
it's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny. I saw some humor in them, but then like someone took that and like posted a screenshot to the Cycle Wellington group, and fucking shit just went off the fan. Also, there were like fucking bus driver spies in the Cycling Wellington group.
Yeah, so. Like they come out and they're like, "Oh, we defend the bus drivers."
It's kind of funny. It's also kind of annoying. Like it's turned the group into real like
everyone's like, "Are you a bus driver spy?"
Yeah, I'm just like, wow.
Why can't we just get along? It's both like relatively public transport. Like if anything, bus drivers and cyclists
should work together.
Yeah, like most people who cycle are also very pro bus. Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty pro bus.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I comment on this. Another cyclist, they made a complaint to Transurban direct.
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
And the reply was just like, "Oh, that person's done nothing wrong." And to be honest, he's probably got a point. Like a lot of you cyclists do like all kinds of shit like this and this and this.
That was
And so they were like, "Whoa!" Like also a lot of you drivers do a lot of shit like this and this and this. Does that make it fair?
We'll just say the reason they said he did nothing wrong was that Transurban doesn't have a social media policy that says you can't do this. So they're like,
they're looking into that now.
Yeah, I bet. They're like, you can do whatever. They basically were like, well, he can do whatever he wants outside work in a non-work capacity on his public, on like his private Facebook, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Which, yeah, sure.
The outcome was real weird. They were kind of like, the guy that posted it.
Yeah.
He's like a senior manager, so he's like invulnerable.
Yeah.
And they're like, we've spoken to him. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've also talked to this junior social media person, and they're having some employment discussions.
I
now.
know. It's like, whoa, hang on. They shouldn't be the one getting the fucking
like the senior manager that seems to think that all cyclists should die. That's probably someone should.
They were wankers, not that they should die.
Some of the comments were also kind of aimed at dying as well.
Was it him making the comments?
Don't know. Probably not.
It's probably bus driver spies.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you want to take one?
Yeah, sure. So what was next on the list here? Bluekeep. This is kind of old now. I can't recall if we talked about it, but did you? I
don't think we have.
MS190 something or other.
You don't need to know the numbers.
Yeah, the big exploit after Eternal Blue. People are calling it Bluekeep. I presume because blue after Eternal Blue. And then keep because, well, fuck it. So this is an RDP vulnerability. It's a fucking banger of a bug.
It's pretty good.
Unauthenticated RCE in every version of Windows that doesn't have, what do you call it? That hashing thing. Basically, the thing where you can get the screen before you connect. It's called local network level LNA.
Yeah.
Network level in LA. Network level authentication. That's it. Turned on by default in every version of Windows since like Windows 8 maybe. But if you don't have it on, it's RCE. Pretty good bug. I like it. It's as far as I know, it hasn't been exploited yet, but it has been a lot of intense scanning activity going on for it. So this is something we want to monitor. Another cyclist. We should add cyclist red light runners. People have got profile concepts that do, they've got private ones where they're posting images and stuff. They've got public ones that check for whether it's vulnerable. There's a few DOS versions of it. But as far as I know, there's no well, you are adding it. There's no, oh my God, you moved the mouse and you didn't put it back. There's no ones that do full RCE yet. But I'm certain we'll see a Metasploit module for it eventually. Hey, this other story here, I'm just gonna do it because it's quite a short one and we haven't talked about it yet. Are you a hacker?
Are we talking?
Yeah, damn right we're talking about that one.
I think I'm hacking right now, mate.
You're hacking right now.
To be honest, the colloquial term for hacking is a programmer.
Yeah, sometimes. I think that's generally within tech circles. If you're if you go up to someone who's outside of the tech world and you say hey, what's a hacker? They'll be like, hacker's bad. So what are some popular come on, hurry up and do this because we've got to have a conversation about it. We're going to make it funny with funny conversation. Yeah, ha, 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 Oh, he's doing it. It's too big. Oh, that's actually perfect. Good work.
Yeah, it's kind of misleading that.
Oh shit.
Oh, you've done it wrong.
Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta click on.
It's real annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it goes so slow. Look at it.
Whoa, look at that. Like, they almost line up.
I mean, yeah, it's letters. Have you ever wondered why we put the letters in that order? Like, why BUS space RED space? Like, why? What's
how do you spell?
So that's the hardest writing to read. Cyclist.
Yeah, we need
blank light runner. But next week it's gonna be different.
Nah, because there's like windows up there.
Yeah.
I reckon that's.
Oh, fucking look at the fucking internet.
All right.
I can't see how red it was, but it was very red. Woo! I win, right?
Yeah,
right?
You do win.
Yes. Almost never happens.
Right, now I need a bus count.
We have got a talk. The next news story I'm going to talk about is about hacking. Specifically, hacking involving I can't even remember the phrase, a systematic and persistent hack. I can't remember what the phrasing is. Oh, come on, hurry up. What are you doing? Come on.
I'm almost done.
Are you?
Systematic hack. Yeah, so this systematic hack.
Hang on. Just copy it. And then. Okay, he's still going. He's typing bus cycle count. Also, like, I think this is like too hard to see them. We're probably not going to bother actually doing it. Well, why does that matter? Oh, because you're ordering. Okay, we're reordering the windows. Oh, we missed a red light runner. Increase it. Yeah, thank you, Davenport NZ. Oh, come on. This is taking so long. We're gonna have the banter. What's another news story we got up here? Fitbit in the New York subway. Don't know what that's about. Cycle workshops. Don't know what that's about. We've only got this one tech story here that I know about.
Oh, am I on the news?
No, you're not. Now we're going to do my news story.
All right. How many cycles? I just copied it. How many cyclists do you reckon? I think there's
like 4, maybe
6, 5.
Yeah, sure.
We'll do 5.
So hacking techniques, right? What are some of your favorite hacking techniques?
My favoriteest is finding a
fucking
that's easy bus count. I wish there was like just an easy way to just like fucking increment this. It's
we can make a script or something. Remember
we
Python
tried
scripts?
And no Python on this. Like.
Yeah. There's like a weird issue with OBS where if you run a script while you're running it, it runs it like synchronously in the main render thread or something. Yeah. So if your script takes 10 milliseconds to complete, for 10 milliseconds you get no frames. If it takes 100 milliseconds to complete, well, holy shit, it is bad.
We were just reading from a file as well. Like,
yeah, it wasn't
it's
even.
It's going to take like quite a bit.
Yeah. So
my favorite hacking technique. I like the ones where just real simple. You can just go to a URL or something.
Yeah, and it shows you the content. Yeah. One of my other related techniques is the try every URL option.
Yep.
You go to a.pdf, b.pdf, c.pdf, d.pdf, and then you go through so and so z, then you go a.pdf. I like that hacking technique. That's one of my good ones. But the New Zealand Treasury here, they were hacked recently.
They were. Well, actually, no. I'm going to step back and say they were not. The police is saying it was not a hack.
It is an interesting kind of question of words. Technically, the police said, well, okay, yeah. So what happened? Let's go how it went down. The opposition party here, the shadow ministers, is that what they right? The shadow party. We don't really have one here, but the opposition released details from a confidential document that was not intended to be released yet, and they were not meant to have a copy of.
This was the annual budget.
The annual budget. So not really that. It's going to be released in 2 days.
Yeah, it was 2 days. But they were kind of like drip feeding it, and whenever they were just like us when they got it, they were kind of like, I don't know, like we just have it.
Yeah. They were not forthcoming. Anyway, end of the day, the Treasury, the department here.
Hey, stop. Should we make a counter of how many stopped for red lights?
Fuck off. Damn, he's flying. Look at him go.
Yeah. Well, he's an airport flyer. Oh, did you know the Wellington Council, small side note, so they were looking at that one in section to see how many cyclists went through.
Which one?
The one up the road that I was complaining that it was too slow. The
light
timing. So they looked. They only counted cyclists that should have stopped, or like only cyclists that went over the line when it was orange, or like we're in the intersection when it was orange.
Yeah.
Not just all of them, and seeing what speed like average cyclists do. So their count for 1 month was 2 cyclists
who went through there,
who were like stuck in the position where they had crossed the line on a green, and
yeah. And it's like, that doesn't that only it. Yeah, if it's too big, if the light timings are wrong, it doesn't matter, because if anything, that's worse, because the people who are like, oh shit, it's orange, they're gonna pedal faster. Yeah, dumb. So anyway, the Treasury said that evening they were systemically and persistently, or like something like that. They used 2 very emotive words, that they had been compromised, they'd been hacked. A very targeted and persistent attack, systematically penetrated.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, oh shit, that's crazy. Anyway, next day the opposition was like, no, it's not illegal. We didn't get hacked.
Should we mention that the head of the opposition used to be a lawyer?
Yes, he did used to be a lawyer.
Was probably their legal advisor, which is so
I don't know
wrong.
if he would have been their legal. He might have made a judgment call.
That's just unethical if that is.
I know. So
like, yeah, go for it.
At this point, it seems pretty unethical. Most people at this point were thinking, okay, it's probably going to be direct object reference. For example, when you go document download $ID equals 1, ID equals 2.
So my point at this point in time, before we know like too much about it, was the documents are clearly not meant to be public.
They're confidential, yes.
You shouldn't be releasing them, even if you somehow get them. The fact that you're releasing something that is meant to be confidential. That's also like wrong.
It's definitely morally wrong, I would say.
Yeah, however, I'm not sure if it's legally wrong.
There was some analysis done. One of the counterpoints that they brought up is they said, the opposition party said, they have a moral obligation to demonstrate incompetence in the government when they see it. And by leaving this document in a place that was able to be accessed, they are being incompetent.
Yep.
And this was the most effective way to show the public that was the case. I get what they're saying. Dick move, though.
Yeah.
Dick move. Like, how about, hey, we were able to access the budget. Here's some stuff from it. Oh, wow. Okay, that guy's... Yep, fucking count him again, definitely. Anyway, so the funny part of the story, the finale,
tell us the hack. Tell us the hack.
Creme de la creme was when they said... They went to the place and they analyzed it, and it turns out eventually it came out. The issue, it was an interesting issue technically, was that if you searched for budget in the search functionality, it would then show you an excerpt of the uploaded PDF documents to the website.
Yep. So not the full document.
Not the full document, like a sentence. Oh, yeah. So the other piece of information was the Treasury was saying they had received over 2,000 targeted attempts to access this information.
Yeah.
So people think, okay, direct object reference or brute force or something. Yeah. Turns out it was people were searching in the search bar for budget 2019. And then they'd be like, okay, what's the last word here? Search that word and it would bring up another sentence in the budget. Another sentence. Now, interestingly, Treasury did say, just the technical details, Treasury did say that they never uploaded the documents to a production/publicly accessible website. It was only their staging things. However, their search indexes weren't segregated between staging and production.
Yeah.
So when you searched in the prod website, it was the same search index as the staging website. Funny, isn't it? I have actually seen websites set up like that before as well. That's where I'm like, oh shit, was I involved in this website? Like, that's the thing. Like, if you work in the pen testing industry, you're often like, fuck, did we test that? Did we have something to do with that?
Yeah.
You're like, did we build that? Did we touch that? Did we got anything to do with that?
But yeah, so the search was, the hack was just searching. But like, yeah, at this point, the person that was doing it, probably some poor staffer that was just like, oh, do I have to do this?
No, I reckon Simon Bridges would have, when he found out, been like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Because they said there were 3 different IP addresses involved. Parliamentary Service IP address, a Voyager IP address, and a
because it got notified to them by a concerned citizen or something.
Oh, did it? Is that how it happened? Yeah.
And people were interested in the order of which the IP addresses did, because if it came from Parliamentary Services first, maybe it wasn't. But yeah, so at this point, I'm like, okay, so you get like a bit of information, like you do that first search, and you're like, I shouldn't be seeing this. Do you then send 2,000 more search requests?
Well, it depends. So one of the things that they probably took into account,
the first search shows the problem.
if something
That's what
is
you can show
accessible,
that the government is failing.
sure, but if something's accessible without authorization, then it's public. Yeah. So this is one of those things where I think let's consider it an alternative thing. Okay.
Yeah.
This was in a big insurance. This was an insurance company, very, very rich.
Yep.
You know, a very, very big one, perhaps a bank. And this was a 16-year-old customer, not a customer of theirs. A 16-year-old did this to their web server and was able to obtain sensitive information about each of their clients. Pulled out, 100,000 information records on each of their customer data, and they send that to the media. There is no way in hell the police would say, that's not illegal, carry on, it's fine. There is no way in hell, even if it was the exact same technique.
Yep.
So I think there is very much a case where the police are saying, it's a fucking politician, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And the politicians know that. But if it was a 16-year-old kid doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is direct object reference is essentially the same bug.
Yep.
And that's illegal. People routinely get charged for that. So, yeah, politicians get away with whatever the fuck they want. Grr.
Pretty much. Law doesn't apply to them.
Exactly, yeah. Or it applies differently, You have to really fuck up to be a politician.
Yeah.
Or, smoke weed or something. Although that one's
like
changing.
most of our politicians,
Yeah, they were like, oh, dude, what about, who was it? Who was like, oh, yeah, I smoked it, but I didn't inhale.
Yeah, that's right.
Fuck, it's so good.
All right.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes left. Come
3
on.
minutes, right.
That's such a good story, though.
So Fitbit in New York, you can use your Fitbit to get on the subway as like a tap and go. There was not much details on how this worked.
Okay,
Just
weird.
You could use your Fitbit in some app on your Fitbit.
NFC or something, pay, link into your credit card. Ironic that you'd be like, oh, Fitbit, exercise, I'm going to catch the subway.
Yeah, pretty much.
So New York is one of those places that it feels quite small because you catch the subway anywhere. And then when you walk from like fucking somewhere, like one suburb to another, one borough to another, you're like, oh, it actually took like an hour.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
I walked like the top to bottom of London once.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's a long way.
Yeah.
But like you would never want to walk sideways because that's like a long river.
Yeah.
All right, my last one, cycle workshops. You know how they...
Useless.
You know how they reckon they were only going to have 2 this year, but they're planning 4. Turns out they've already had 4, but 1 was cancelled.
When were the 4?
At the start of the year, which confuses me because I asked like last year what they had planned. Yeah. And they only said 1. And I'm like, well, okay.
So they don't even know what they're doing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, lame. Yeah, I think it should be compulsory for every bus driver.
Oh, and they, one of my OAAs was like, what transport have all these councillors and the CEO and like pretty much everyone high up in regional
What does everyone
council.
use?
Yeah, they've refused that.
On the grounds of?
Substantial collection or whatever. And
yeah, fair enough.
No public interest. I could push back because like there's an election
you have to push back
up.
on both of them though.
No, it's one clause that they cancelled on, and you can say.
Yeah, but it's still substantial, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. There was one.
Okay.
Yeah.
16.
So it can be substantial, but they can waive that substantial if there's public interest for the information.
Gotcha. Is that also the one where you can say I'll pay for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they're meant to ask you. Oh, I think only for like one of the clauses, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's us.
Well, a lot of red lights today. Red light runners. Same amount of red lights, probably. Or pretty close to it. Not in service. A double-decker bus empty. Grr. Although it's going the way that it doesn't matter. So, yeah.
It's also like night time. All right, yeah. I guess that's us.
Hey, everyone, have a long weekend. A good long weekend if you're in New Zealand. If you're not, have a good normal weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
Or potentially it's a long weekend somewhere else in the world. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place.
Yeah,
probably. So. Unless we're not.
Yeah.
It happens.
See how it goes.
And have fun, everyone. Oh, what?
No, I am in Wellington. I'm just not working from the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got like. Yeah, I'll definitely be here, but I've got some shit going on.
We'll work it out closer.
We'll work it out. Okay.
All
Hope everyone has a good day.
See ya.
Boost factor. Lip.
Oh yeah.
Lip boost factor.
Oh yeah.